Hello and welcome to Sktv'S News. You're watching Afternoon English News with me, Suchitra Rajkumari. The headlines first. Security forces arrest 3 proscribed UKNA cadres with weapons in search operations from Churachandpur after Tonglaubi incident. Kaidemani criticizes government, says no point of having MLAs and ministers if unable to apprehend perpetrators, initiate judicial inquiry and protect from attempts to disintegrate Manipur. And now we have the news in detail. Security forces have arrested 3 cadres of proscribed UKNA in various operations that were launched in Churachandpur district in the aftermath of Tonglaubi incident. Security forces also recovered 1 AK-47 with magazine and 25 rounds, 1 pistol with 2 magazines and 15 rounds, 2 sacks of narcotic contraband, raw opium weighing 21.19 kilograms and 20,000 rupees in cash. The arrested UKNA cadres are Zampao Kuki, Sasang and Paulalem Vaifei. In another operation that was conducted at Molfei Tampak area in Churachandpur, security forces recovered 1 MP9 automatic rifle, 1 pistol with magazine, 2 lethal tubes, 1 pumpy local-made cannon, and 5 70mm cartridges. Chairman of Taragi Jaisu Kaidemani stated that the state government should act on its own constitutional authority rather than waiting for directions from the central government. Addressing a press meet held today at his residence in Loklawung, Kaidemani, who is also the former acting chairperson of the Manipur State Human Rights Commission, strongly condemned both the recent Tonglaubi attack and the subsequent firing on civilians who had protested inside a CRPF camp following the incident, which claimed 5 lives and left dozens injured. He criticized the state government for hastily deciding to hand over the case directly to the NIA, stating that such a move reflects the incompetence of both the government and state police force. He observed that the case should only be transferred to central agencies like the NIA or CBI after identifying the perpetrators through extensive combing operations. Emphasizing that a state government possesses its own constitutional authority, he expressed concern that the current administration has failed to exercise its powers effectively in governing the state. Kaidemani also criticized Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his silence on the ongoing violence and unrest in Manipur. He alleged that the government of India has been treating the people of Manipur in a stepmotherly manner, despite the state being an integral part of the country. He added that the MLAs and ministers should resign on moral grounds if they are unable to apprehend the perpetrators, initiate a judicial inquiry into the recent incidents, and ensure the protection of the state from the forces attempting to destabilize it. Citing Article 363 of the Indian Constitution, Mani asserted that Manipur is a state that cannot be disintegrated.
I strongly condemn the brutal act of killing of 2 innocent minor children. Misi mena thoba mama tawaba sida India ki Prime Minister na mapi mapa mo ena Union Home Minister Amit Shah ji na kari ka mawapam mamata phongdok taba kari ka mamata awa phongdok taba haibase India ki Honorable Prime Minister, Home Minister aduga loinena India government se minungsi khangdaba meram chapa pamdaba Manipur bu Bharat ki manungda yaubune na khadaba Bharat macha nataba Manipur ne na khanba aduguma kamlup ni edana khoina ninda tongningi aduna sigumba mayamase masi tohundana ba Manipur sarkar na masada center na yagani yaro ri center ki dialogue ki dakalite ai ki thabuk chibu mi amana ngonda thodaraga tawwa huna dena Angat mo pang na akan mo pang na surgical strike, mass combing strike, military crackdown naman tawro. Maralay ba sa RPF, maram sadar ng may kapatusu, dan di pinaba. Hunagadabani, political partising. Asigumba sida amato ay napansin na tawanan na po na bagi matutay, madutawang amdradi. Manipur ge MLA sing, kudakta resign tawba sungani.
Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation has asserted that holding census in Manipur at this juncture is unreasonable and authority must ensure it is postponed until NRC is implemented in the state to identify illegal immigrants. Speaking to media persons at its office in Wangkai Thangjam Lekai, convener of JFD, Jitendra Ningomba, strongly condemned the incident of bomb attack in Tronglaubi by Kuki terrorists. He also called the incident of firing by CRPF on protesters as unfortunate and unwarranted. Speaking further, Jitendra Ningomba stressed on a need to take out strong action against Kuki terrorists while also extending its support to Kokomi in any movements on Tronglaubi incident. Speaking further, Jitendra also informed that a public discussion program on census, which was planned to be held at Manipur University, has been postponed until further notice owing to prevailing unrest situation in the state.
Ba research ba sum ku ki milkin sing si yogatun thamli ba kamu sing ki mayok ta koi kari ko kra sanction mo mataw tare hai si ai koi miam puna kamu mo mataw tare loina na hauji sina maram moina ai koi campaign for just and fair delimitation na Manipur ki miam da lapuk se ki ba tangai mo phadna ai koi khangin na da ba ya re National Register of Cities in Matanga, a census ki Matanga, coming at the Yade, Yadabana Marum Goidana, Lapliba, a Tang, Tara, and Nitoida, Manipuri University, or the Durum Boda, Pamtok and Yanitorumba, a public convention, the door, Masi, Suzino Marum Goidana, Matam Kredi, Martin J. Talk to her, comes again.
Manipur Pada, Miamna, Kochano, Miamna Piedana. Nakoi lay na kargi damagta akogi kuki narco terrorism kapal libno nakoi lay na kargi damagta akogi migi punshi mangal libno habdugi khoshaw narba protest over CRP camp the chango protest over ni protest over ki law khong to ge marakta amukha namu akogi protester akoida nongoi kapakna mi tongana ahongi punshi amu tongana punshi pikam nakre ana sugumba iba mama la ibase government of India na Awoina tobat design amasina Manipur government na hausi Kokomi na Home Minister Pamthado Chief Minister Pamthado hari bisi kana Manipur as a Manipuri amoina Manipur gi mute amoina tawuri ba thabak se nungai ki haiba ki matingam kam khudok to budna mara morkana makhoi da miyam na Pamthado adu Home Minister Pamthado Chief Minister Pamthado na larokoi maram se moi gi mating se lai na ba gi da mukta praja miyam na ambani.
In a strong show of outrage, large number of women staged protest march from Malom Tuliayma Awang Lekay Ibudhaw Pakhang Balaybong, asserting that women would step in to protect children as the government has failed to ensure their safety. The march, joined by several young boys and girls, proceeded towards Imphal Airport main gate before returning to its point of origin. The protesters raising slogans stating, "We want justice," condemning the killing of 2 children and decried the alleged atrocities committed by Kuki militants. Speaking to the media, President of Malom Tuliayma Awang Apunbamayra Paibi Sarangtem Aruna Laima voiced strong dissent over the government's inaction and called for immediate steps to ensure safety and security of innocent civilians.
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯂꯥꯜ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯜꯂꯦ ꯏꯪꯉꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯄꯤꯛꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯏꯕꯪꯒꯤ ꯆꯤꯟꯖꯥꯛ ꯆꯥꯖꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯥꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯨꯟꯓꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯇꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯏꯅꯥꯛꯇ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯗ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯄꯥꯏꯖꯕꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯏꯆꯥ ꯁꯥ ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯣ ꯏꯃꯥꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯅꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯜꯂꯒꯦ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯆꯠꯂꯨ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯉꯥꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯊꯥꯖꯔꯛꯇꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯡ ꯊꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯔꯒ ꯆꯠꯆꯕꯅꯦ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯔꯦꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯂꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯎꯔꯒ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇꯒꯤꯁꯨ CSOꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯄꯨꯂꯞ ꯇꯨꯃꯤꯟꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯒꯠꯂꯒ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯀꯟꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯧꯖꯥꯡ ꯂꯧꯖꯔꯒ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯆꯠꯆꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ
Tangkhul community, along with people of Moirang Purel in Andhro constituency, took out a rally protesting against merciless killing of children in bomb attack at Tronglaubi, Awang Laikai. People demanded Chief Minister and Home Minister to resign on moral grounds and demanded removal of central forces from the state. Speaking on the sidelines, Secretary of Apunba Moirang Purel Nupilup Moirang Them Sairia Leima expressed dissatisfaction on failure of government and central forces in protecting lives and properties of civilians. She maintained that mothers will not stay silent when such heinous incidents happen in the state.
Proof amadi pibire adugi proof tona akoi proof oina lawjaroi habadi madugi photo akoi mayamda utchai bani usin chendok bani habase akoi na khangjai aduna adugi photo kamaina moina ahumdana phari bano habagi full evidence to uhalaba matungda paja mayamda adugi full satisfaction ama phangribo sarkar na tawriba policy sing do akoi na yajaroi haina mama mayam na ngasi kholauda adu masu mayam gi kholau oina sarkar na lawiraga adugi full proof evidence puthokbiraga mayam that satisfaction hai baduma review
Awang Potsangbam Kuno Development Club and Mairapaibi took out a sit-in at Awang Potsangbam Kuno Lamkai today to protest against the heinous bomb attack in Tronglaubi, which resulted to death of 2 innocent children. Protesters held placards that read, "We want justice, we condemn the act of Kuki narco-terrorists." They also expressed their disappointment of inaction of security forces in protecting the lives of common people. Speaking on the sidelines, Secretary of Laimarenbi Chaukhat Khongthanglup, Nayani Nangmairakpam, and another member of Awang Potsangbam Kuno Development Club expressed their discontentment on arbitrary action of central forces on protesters. They maintain that village volunteers in valley districts have surrendered weapons, including their licensed guns, but Kuki militants continue to attack terrorized common people without facing any consequences. While expressing their dissatisfaction on Prime Minister and Union Home Minister for their silence against the act of terrorism by Kuki militants, protesters also questioned the center why Manipur, which has produced international sportspersons like Mirabai Chanu, Sarita and Merikom, is being ignored. They also demanded justice for Manipur and its people.
Hantakse aikoi khara shanti phange yamna tangdu leita ba mongda laani haibagi haraudana lari mai tanjas dai khang khangaudana haukiba tang manga ge hin nongai nongalam dai da kaisu khangjadriba angang ani amasung mama bu Kuki militant singna bom langchilaktuna sikhiba yamna nongai da ba thodok adu mari lenena khoi saunarba miyamna aikoi gi damakta ngak chenbine na thambiba security force singji moi gi mathau tawdre haina saudana sangjalubada praja singbu control tawbibe mahutta moina nam duna direct kapaga micham praja kaya bu sohanba amasung thawai pi hangibido aduga mari lainana phamjabani aikoi haijaningbadi ngasi lairiba state government amasung central government singsina khoida tawbiri base karino michang mikhai naiba Kuki amasung maitai gi marakta yengbiriba miyeng aigi isa aigi isu da tholgadi kari oigada ke khandabida Manipur gi mapi mapane na lairiba chief minister kaidau laibige tumam sabam khangdana kapningba mongda katpa hapningba mongda hatpa praja singji lai haibagi koi maitai macha lai haibagi kari su khanbida base akoi yamna pende
ये जो अटैक हुआ है त्रोंगलावी में जो बच्चे के साथ हुआ है बॉम्ब मार दिया बॉम्ब फोड़ दिया जो बच्चे सो रहे थे घर पे सो रहा था मम्मी के साथ गोदे में सो रहे थे उन दोनों को मार दिया ये देखिए दूसरा भी बोलना चाहता है कि ये जो हमारा मणिपुर में जंग हो रहा है जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है ये 3 साल से हो रहा है, अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुआ है, सोल्यूशन नहीं आया है, सरकार की तरफ से कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं आया। हम बाहर नहीं जा सकते। और बाकी जो इंडियन की स्टेट आपकी जगह पे ये होगा तो आप चुप रहेगा क्या, ये पूछना चाहते हैं। आपके घर पे आपका परिवार, आपका बेटा बेटी, आपका वगैरह ये मिलिटेंट आके अगर टेररिस्ट आके ऐसे मारेगा तो आप चुप रहेगा क्या?
Ningthaukhong Protection Committee Women Wing staged sit-in protest at Ningthaukhong Bazaar, condemning the merciless killing of 2 children by suspected Kuki militants and the death of 3 persons in CRPF firing at Tronglaubi in Bishnupur district. The protesters demanded immediate arrest of those responsible and stringent punishment. Addressing the media, General Secretary R.K. Nomita expressed strong dissatisfaction over the government's handling of the situation, stating that if authorities fail to act against Kuki narco-terrorists, people may be forced to defend themselves. She further urged the government to take concrete measures to control such groups and abrogate suspension of operations Sioux agreement.
Kuki narco terrorist sing asina yum da sangduna makhoi gi mihap asi tawrakpa taragadi Manipur da leiriba ikoi maitai sing sibu kayam kuina hingba ngamgi duino matam khar gi manungda soidana mutlagani maruina Manipur government na su thaudok sing asi thoktanaba makhoi gi matik saba security forces thamgera natraga karino any upai sisinaduna Kuki narco terrorist sing asibu hazin biyo haiba wafam ase ikoi thamjage tawriba thaudok asida se nariba mihap pa sing ase khudakta ahak paserak pigadabani Loinana atubada su abrogate tawgadabani haiba wafam asisu thamjage.
Locals and women folk of Nongmaybung held candlelight vigil in front of Nongmaybung Multipurpose Hall last night, organized by Nongmaybung Women's Development Mayrapai Association NWDMA. The candlelight vigil was organized to condemn Tronglaubi attack that killed 2 minors, leaving their mother critically injured, and subsequent fatal firing by CRPF personnel, which claimed 3 more lives. It was also joined by Poila Mayraba Squad General Headquarters of Arambay Tingol. Nongmaybung Women's Development Mayrapai Association and WDMA President Mutum Subita said the inaction of the government and She criticized the inaction of the government and argued that simply handing the Tronglaubi case over to the NIA is insufficient to address public grief and fury. She demanded that the perpetrators of the Tronglaubi attack and the CRPF personnel involved in the firing be held legally accountable and punished.
Hinchai tamba dumaina hatiram laba mi phatta singdo athu matamda phabiu karigumba sarkarna athu matamda tawratragadi Manipur se aroibe oina hibam amada lakani masi lakringaida sarkar asina praja mayam singsina chaiba se enanaba mi harpa puthu aga praja gi hauriba ihause indhanaba mapi mapa oiba singnane sinbiu haiba se haijaningi mi harpa dande
Again, a candlelight vigil was held at Wahingbam Laikai last night to show solidarity to 2 children who lost their lives in an unfortunate bomb attack at Tronglaubi Awang Laikai on the night of 7th of April. The candlelight vigil was organized by YSCU and Wahingbam Laikai Apun Banupilup. People prayed for the departed souls during the vigil. They also condemned the heinous act against humanity and demanded justice for innocent souls. On the other hand, Paunam Laikai Youth Club and Paunam Laikai Nupilup also took out a torch rally at Nagamapal area last night. They chanted slogans demanding justice for the 2 children and against arbitrary action of the central forces. Now, Social Workers Congress, SWC, Kongman, organized a sit-in to protest against killing of innocent children through bomb attack at Tronglaubi. Speaking on the sideline of the sit-in, which was held at Khongman Atom Later Community Hall, President of SWC, Athokpam Birendra, demanded prompt arrest of those involved in carrying out the bomb attack at Tronglaubi, while also urging center and state government to ensure security and protection for the people. He further demanded further action against illegal poppy plantation in hilly areas.
May 3 already Irang Manipur Heliba, Charanava, Amadi, Hiram Kudimak the Sotava, Ashim Bakaya, government city and view, or the government found the Wimong, the Vigano, Hajaning, at the Loyal Lona, hiding Bamana, Masi political perform, Dinate, Adu, political performance, Ubigano, point upon Javadi, Sakas in Matin Tapa more than a Siba with that. Government give spokesperson, Amakana, Koshito, the Sito, the Araga, Kupian Tokra, Lona, all lady Maru ruling MLAs in Dina, by the way, machine Pulaga even now. Have you change? We need change. I change them, I quite Pamia saying, I see you walk at me from the Zokai, Kanjari, Adamasia, Kantaraga, Tabuto, Matamuera.
Federation of Haumi has urged indigenous communities in Manipur to collectively face the threat posed by Kuki terrorists and their supporters. In a press note issued by its General Secretary Yazing Visisi Shimre, Federation of Haumi maintained that the indigenous communities need to be cautious against aggression of Kuki terrorists, and it is time to come together to protect the land of our forefathers. While expressing concern on the incident in Tronglaubi, the Federation maintained that what people expect from government is justice and not ex gratia for the victims. Federation of Haumi also expressed its support to all movements carried out by people to protect Manipur and its indigenous people. People's Movement for Peace and Development Manipur, PMPD, through General Secretary Anand Laishram, has expressed deep anguish over the brutal killing of 2 children and severe injury of their mother at Tronglaubi village, reportedly by armed Kuki militants while the family slept. Condemning the attack as grave violation of humanity and law, Ananda demanded a thorough, impartial and time-bound investigation. He also raised concern over reported deaths of 3 individuals and injuries to several others due to security forces firing, calling for accountability and clarity. He urged strict action against the perpetrators and strengthening of security measures in vulnerable areas to prevent such tragedies in the future. It is now time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. G5, a conglomerate of prescribed groups, KCP, KYKL, Pripak Pro, and the Koireng-led UNLF, stated that the recent Tronglaubi attack, allegedly carried out by Kuki militants who have turned into narco-terrorists, is distinct from the revolutionary movement and reflects an attempt to disintegrate Manipur. In a joint press release, the G5 asserted that the Tronglaubi attack demonstrates that Kuki narco-terrorists have no intention of ending the ongoing violence in the state, while alleging that they continue to stockpile arms and ammunition in preparation for a larger conflict. Accusing the Central Forces of inaction, the G5 claimed that they failed to support state forces in countering the alleged Kuki narco-terrorists. It further alleged that Central Forces remained silent during multiple attacks, including the recent incident at Tronglaubi and the incidents earlier at Dolai Tabi, Nganu Kol, and Hautak. The group criticized certain Meitei MLAs, accusing them of fostering disunity and relying excessively on the central government, which it alleged has sided with the Kuki narco-terrorists. It described such leaders as being akin to a snake in the grass. G5 condemned police personnel who use excessive force against civilians, stating that such actions tarnish the image of the force and undermine dedicated officers. It also praised the courage and sacrifice of officers, including SDPO CH Anand, who served in sensitive areas and fought bravely. Alleging that the central government has denied gallantry awards to such personnel, the group claimed this reflects that the crisis, which began on May 3rd, was instigated rather than incidental. G5 further appealed to the Manipur police to refrain from acting against village volunteers who defended their communities and urged advocates to charge only nominal fees when representing them in court. Now, Kuki CSO Working Committee WCK CSOs have clarified recent claims by President of Tangkhul Nagalong, TNL, regarding supposed 2-month blockade on Highway 202's Litan Mahadev stretch, stating that only temporary disruption occurred between March 12th to March 19th following the killings of Tengkogen Baite and Thangbongmang Lunkim. Working Committee of Kuki CSOs highlighted that the main concern remains security, citing repeated attacks by Tangkhul militants on Kuki villages, and stressed that lasting peace requires dialogue, mutual understanding, and recognition of all communities' sufferings. The committee also emphasized continued importance of central security forces while addressing operational challenges and urged Kuki village volunteers and public to ensure unhindered movement of the proponed Tangkhul CSO meetings on April 9, describing it as a crucial step towards restoring peace in Ukhrul district. Moving on to national news. Voter turnout in the ongoing assembly by-polls and state elections across India recorded steady rise on Thursday, with northeastern states leading participation figures, according to data from the Election Commission of India. In the by-polls, Nagaland's Koridang constituency registered the highest turnout at 59.52% by 1 p.m., followed by Tripura's Dharmanagar seat at 52.76%. Karnataka witnessed comparatively lower but gradually increasing participation, with Bagalkot recording 43.75% and Devangiri South 37.17%. Earlier trends at 11 a.m. showed similar patterns at lower levels, indicating consistent voter mobilization as polling progressed. Meanwhile, large-scale voting is underway in Assam, Kerala, and Puducherry, where polling began at 7 a.m. under tight security. Assam's 126 constituencies are witnessing direct contest between BJP-led NDA and Congress-led alliance, with over 2.5 crore voters eligible to decide the fate of 722 candidates, including Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and Congress leader Gaurav Gogoi. Kerala voting across 140 seats has seen nearly 50% turnout by early afternoon amid three-cornered contest between ruling LDF, Congress-led UDF, and BJP-led NDA. In Puducherry, which is polling for 30 seats, turnout has crossed 56% so far, with officials expressing optimism of high final participation. And finally, we have the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphilpad, state's maximum temperature was recorded at 24.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 16 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 85% in the morning and 72% in the evening. And the headlines once again. Security forces arrest 3 proscribed UKNA cadres with weapons in search operations from Churachandpur after Tronglaubi incident. And Khaidem Mani criticizes government, says no point of having MLAs and ministers if unable to apprehend perpetrators, initiate judicial inquiry and protect from attempts to disintegrate Manipur. That is all the news we have for now. Thank you for watching, and more news coming up at 5. Keep watching SKTV News.